Welcome to our second video on plyometrics. Hopefully you are here because you've done the introduction to plyometrics video, you really enjoyed it and want to know more. If you haven't seen or done that video and you're new to plyometrics, I would suggest watching and doing that session first. Plyometrics can be quite tough on the body and technique is really important, so please watch that video before. If you have done plyometrics before, or if you watched that first video and really enjoyed it and want to know more, then brilliant. This video is going to be more focused on the endurance side of plyometrics. We will be doing another video that's more on sort of single jumps and explosive power. This is great for explosive power as well, but we are focusing more on the endurance side of it. That does mean I'm going to be getting quite out of breath during this, so apologies for any heavy breathing into the microphone. Hopefully you guys are out of breath as well. Really good for heart rate as well, so things like skipping is one of the best things you can do for calories and for heart rate. So I've got my MyZone belt on as well to make sure I'm recording lots of MEPs whilst I'm taking this video. We should have already done a bit of a warm-up. Again, I've got warm-up videos through the website and on my YouTube channel. So once we've done that, we're still going to do a bit of a jump warm-up if you like, but you should already be warm and stretched, ready to go. So the first few exercises we're going to do before we get onto the boxes, we're just going to go into some simple jump squats. So to do that, we just want to squat down, get our muscles used to the movements that we're going to be doing in a minute, and then get used to the explosive power and the jumping element of it. So just a couple of squats just to get everything nice and loose, used to those movements, free up the hips, free up the back, and then from there we're just going to load our muscles and go into a jump squat. Okay, so we're going to go down and we're going to jump up, little pause between, and we're going to jump, and we're just going to go for 5 of these. Okay, shake everything off, just get everything going, so get that heart rate up, get the blood pumping to the working muscles. From there, we're going to choose a nice low box, and we're just going to start by doing some step ups. Lead in with our left to start with, and do 5 reps, and then swap, lead with our right, again for 5 reps. Okay, from there, stop that tapping on the microphone. We are then going to go into some paused box jumps. Okay, and then back to our step ups. Leading with my right this time, 5 reps. And then lead with my left for 5 reps. Okay. So we're getting our bodies used to it, we're just getting the heart rate going, we can feel our breath starting to get a little bit more, so our body is calling for oxygen, and we're trying to take that oxygen in, feed those working muscles. From there, we're going to go into a box jump, so very similar to what we did in the first video, into the introduction to plyometrics. So again, choose a height that you're comfortable with, and we're going to be going into a pause box jump. So in fact, I might just lower that one for this video. Again, you're better off starting lower, and if you find it too easy, then working your way up. If you start too high, you're going to fatigue your muscles too quickly, and they're going to have to bring the session to an early stop. So again, no trigger movement, just straight into a box jump. The trigger movement from this is going to be the jumping back down from the box when we come into the multiples in a bit. To start with, there's going to be a little pause between. So again, we're going to preload, jump up, and we're going to jump down. Pause between, up and down, up and down. We're going for 5. And then down. Just saw there I did a little double tap. That's going to be the next movement. So we want to introduce that load into the muscles. So we're going to go for box jumps, but then we're going to double jump in between. And by doing that, we're creating or we're keeping that kinetic energy within particularly the Achilles tendon in this point, but also all of the tendons and muscles within the leg. Okay, so we're trying to keep this nice high intensity. I'm trying to get my breath back between each just so I can keep talking to you guys. So here we go into a box squat, and then watch what I do. So it's going to be a double tap and then a jump straight away. So still a little pause at the bottom, but we're still working and keeping that kinetic energy going. So here we go. 5 reps on this. And again, I'm still focusing on good form. So on the double taps and on the jump, I'm still really focusing on what my knees are doing. We're going to go for 3 sets on this, and we're going to alternate between the pause and the double jump pause. Okay, so it's going to be quite hard work. So I might stop talking for a sec. So here we go, 5 reps, just a pause box jump now. 4, 5, and again, little rest in between, but nothing too much. We want to keep the heart rate up. We want to keep the oxygen flowing through the body. So 5 reps, double tap between. 2. Okay, second set done. Straight into the pause box jumps. And again, try not to rest too much. Quads really, really burning. Glutes feeling it nicely as well. So here we go. Double tap. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then rest between. So last set, I think I lost count. So here we go. Pause, pause, pause. And then straight into double taps. 3, 4, 5. Okay, really, really heart rate going now. Can feel my heart beating. Nicely out of breath. Really good. Okay, we're now going to introduce 2 boxes. So if you are in the gym, if you're doing this at home, try and find 2 surfaces that are stable, not going to move around too much, soft if you can, and you want to put them. Again, you can experiment with how far apart they are. You want enough time to be able to drop off of one box and jump up onto the other one. The further apart you go with the boxes, obviously you're going to have more of a jump. So there's going to be more kinetic energy depending on how far apart the boxes are. Start close together. Give yourself enough room to be able to get down and back up again. Now we're going to do on this, so the trigger movement from the first video we saw, we're going to drop down, change of elevation, down, create the kinetic energy, and straight up into a box jump. Okay, we're going to have a little rest in between as we come back around, but we want to keep it again high intensity. We're looking for that endurance element. To start with, I'm going to lead with my right leg, so I'm going to be landing on both, but I'm going to lead with my right. So right, off, and up. Back round, off with my right, up. We're going to do 5 of these, and then we're going to swap our legs. Try and get your feet to land at the same time. If you find that you can, or you haven't got enough time to do that, you can increase the height of your first box. Make sure it's still lower than your second box, but it gives you more time to get both feet touching at the same time. Okay, one more for my right. Minimal contact time as you do these, and then no rest at all. Come straight, leading on my left. Still double tapping, so still getting it from both feet, but just a different lead leg. Good for muscle imbalances, muscle dominance. So here we go, 3 more. And last one. Okay, we're going to go straight into our next exercise, and this is where we start to look at single leg work. So from that first video talking about leg dominance, imbalances within the body, we're going to focus on one leg at a time now. And again, you might even have to change the height of the box depending on what leg you're using. I know my left leg isn't quite as strong, but I should be okay on this height. I'll probably be able to go higher with my right, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to keep it the same for both. And all we're going to do on this one, so if you've ever watched the triple jump, or you've ever done the triple jump, you have the hop, and then you have the skip and then the jump. So for this one, we're going to focus on the hop and the jump, and then we're going to go into a skip and a jump, which is slightly harder. So to start with, I'm going to start on my right leg, and I'm going to be jumping off my left. So again, start far away from the box, about the same as you were when you had the second box, and I'm just going to hop onto my left, and then jump up from my left. So hop, jump. Nice and strong with my knee, nice and strong on landing. And again, onto my left and jump. Using a little bit of my right leg for momentum. So if you watch what my right leg does this time, it just kicks back just to give me that momentum forward, but all of the force is going through my left leg. So 2 more, 5 reps in total. Nice strong landing every time. Again, if that's too hard, not hard enough, change the height of the box you jump onto. This time, leading on my left, jumping from my right. So hop and up. Again, straight away you'll be able to feel the difference. Hop. Strong with my knee, using my glutes. 2 more. Really trying to spring off from the ball of my foot as if I was running. Okay, I'm going to do 2 sets on each. So I'm going to go again, hop onto my left and up. And this time we can alternate. So then I'm going to hop onto my right and then back to my left, onto my right. And I'm going to do 2 more. So 1 on my left. Again, starting to feel the fatigue in the legs, but in a good way. 1 more on my right. Okay, no rest between, so we're going to go straight into this next one. So again, thinking triple jump, the first movement they do is a hop. So I'm going to go stay on one leg this time. So if I start on my left leg, I'm going to hop from my left onto my left, up on my left. A little bit harder because obviously it's all dominant on one side. If you feel like you need to get closer, or again, if you feel like you need to lower the box, then please do. Here we go, focusing on strong leg, use your glutes. Get onto one leg to start with, hop, and up we go. Again, to start with, 5 reps on the one side. Nice strong landing, keep that knee out, don't collapse in with your knee. If you want to progress this, you can go for a higher box, or you can start further back this way. So I can push that one a little bit further away, start further back. It means my initial movement is more, there's more to kinetic energy on landing. So here we go, a little bit further away. Straight away I can feel that there's more force going through my foot. So 1 more, and then again swap. I know my right leg's stronger, so this should feel a little bit more powerful, which it does. Again, if I wanted to, I could increase the height of that second or the first box I'm jumping onto. 5 reps. Okay. And then we're going to do 6 more reps, and we're going to alternate our legs. So I'm going to go 1 on my left, and I'm going to go 1 on my right. I'm going to go 1 on my left. Nice soft landing that time, so I'm really trying to take the impact through my entire leg. Okay, last one on my right. And up, perfect. Hope everyone's doing all right. Feel your heart beating still. If you can't, this next one will definitely get you working hard. Get a bit of a sweat on, get that heart rate up, get the oxygen flowing through your lungs. So this is going to be lateral bounds. You don't necessarily have to use any equipment for this one. I find it nice to keep a target or something to jump over. It means that you're keeping your form correct and you're getting a nice big jump. You can start with just physically a little line. Obviously, the further apart you have to jump, the harder it's going to be. And this is where we start to look at bounding. So similar to where we're doing the multiple jumps, it's going to be really quick, really focusing on that endurance element. For this, similar to the lateral jump that I showed you in the first video, so you're going to be side on. You don't have to get as much height this time, so we're more going for distance in between. Again, you want to focus on a really springy landing when it gets to the other side. Use your upper body as well, use your arms to propel you. And we're going to go for 10 reps in total. I'm not going to be able to talk too much for this one because it definitely does get you out of breath. Okay, really focus on clearance of whatever your target is. Okay, the more height you can get, the better. Once you get better at this, you can put a physical barrier in between you, so like a hurdle or something as well. Okay, so here we go, so we can get to 10. Okay, and then a little rest in between. Again, feel it's too difficult or if it's too easy, increase the distance you're jumping across and you can increase the height as well. So I could put a foam roller in between. In fact, let's do that for the camera. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit slower this time because that's quite tall, but you're really focusing on that explosiveness getting up and over. Okay, so here we go. So again, we're going for 10. Okay, and a little rest between. One more set. So straight away there, you can tell that was a lot harder work, a lot more kinetic energy going through the muscles. Plyometrics works on that kinetic energy, so the more you can create, the better. Again, found that too difficult, lie that back down. You can increase that, I'm not going to because that's quite difficult. If you want to, if you're just going on a line, that's absolutely fine for now. So if I was using the line coming out from here, you could just do little steps across like that. And again, that's fine. So you can amend this to whatever level you are at. So here we go. So last 10. We are coming towards the end of this session now. You should start to feel like you're quite tired, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so here we go. 10 more. Okay, and relax. So the next exercise is going to be very similar. This time we're going to be still in a linear direction, so we're going to be going forward and back. Again, use a target on the floor, and you can progress it to however difficult you want it to be. You don't want too much height in this one, because getting height jumping backwards is quite difficult. It can also be quite dangerous as well if you jump back onto whatever your target is. So if I was to jump back on the foam roller, it would go flying underneath me. So I'm going to step to the mat for this one, and all it's going to be is a jump across and a jump back with both feet. And again, we're going for 10 reps. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really good for the core, this one. Feel my abs working. Really good on the quads and the hamstrings. A little rest in between, not too much. Again, amend your distance if that was too easy or too hard. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Just touching the mat a few times there, so I need to keep my feet up. And we're going into the last one. So here we go, last 10, and then we're going to go back to a box jump in a sec. So 10 more. Perfect, and relax down. When you're doing those, really try and focus on making sure your feet are landing at the same time. The brain will naturally want to land on its dominant foot, but you want to try and avoid that happening. So for mine, I know my left is weaker. Really try and make sure my left is landing at the same time as my right. Last little bit for the session. And this is where we can really start to empty the tank. So we should be feeling our legs really starting to burn, but like there's a little bit left in them. Normally you do intensity before you do your volume, but in this case we want to work the muscles when they're a bit fatigued. This is why these boxes are really good, because there's a high chance I'm going to kick the box this time as my muscles start to fatigue. So do be careful with this one. Experiment. You do want to push yourselves, but to start with, if you're new to plyometrics, do something you're quite comfortable with. Make sure you're in a safe environment as well if you do kick a box. So if I was to kick that box, I would just be landing onto the box and it wouldn't be doing any damage. So make sure you really have got a safe environment to be doing this in. No need to be pushing yourself too hard at the moment. Okay, so I've gone a little bit higher with the box. This is the highest box that I've used throughout the whole session. And again, I'm just going to be going back to the very start of the session. I'm going to be doing a simple box jump to start with, mostly just to check that this height is achievable for me. So I don't want to be doing anything that's going to fatigue the muscles too much at the moment. So it's going to be a single box jump just to make sure I'm comfortable with this height. So again, into the load position, very similar to the start of the video and to the introduction to plyometrics. Load the muscles up and jump. So I'm comfortable with that height. Again, if I wanted to, I could go higher. If I needed to, I could go lower. So you can amend that size of the box. Bear in mind, we are going to be doing multiples on this as the last little thing. Okay, so we're going to go back and do the pause multiples. So it's going to be a little jump in between, a little skip, and we're going to go for 5. Really difficult this. If you need to bail out after a few, try and get to your 5, but obviously safety first. If you really don't feel like you can, have a rest and do the rest. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest down. We're going to do final 3 sets in total, so 2 more sets of those. Do have a rest in between. We're still focused on the endurance element, but we need that explosive power. So we just want to re-synthesize a little bit of ATP in between quickly. And then here we go again. So 5 more, little jump in between. Okay, we're nearly there. Hang on in with me. Last set. Nice little breather. You should feel like your muscles are really starting to enjoy this now. So they're getting tired, but they're really starting to use that kinetic energy. You feel like you're jumping well. Here we go, last set. So when you're ready, 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're done. So take your time getting your breath back. If you have something like a little bike, you can go and do a cool down on, just to flush all that lactate out of your muscles. Because it's quite a high intensity form of exercise, we do produce quite a lot of byproduct. So go for a walk, just to flush all those out, a little bit of a cycle on the bike. Hope you enjoyed that session. There will be more plyometric stuff to come. So like I say, there will be a video on explosive power and 1 rep max in. Yeah, that was good. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope we got nice and sweaty, nice and out of breath. Any feedback, if you want to drop us a comment, any questions about this, then please do get in touch. Yeah, and hope you find that beneficial. Try and do plyometrics around once a week. So it does fatigue the muscles quite a lot. You don't want to be doing it too often. And again, it definitely is a matter of quality over quantity. About once a week is perfect. So yeah, go and give that session a go, either in your gym or if you can do it at home, then great. Let us know how you get on, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content.